Well, hello everybody. It's a Saturday after Thanksgiving. Deer season's in here. Rifle. I gotta run to the store, grab a couple things. In case you didn't know, it's fucking colder than a motherfucking horse fucking dream outside. Yeah, I'm not too fucking happy about it. It's one extreme to the next. One day it's 60 degrees and then it's like 6 the next. So yeah, I'm happy, but anyway. Running my square body in the salt, which I don't want to do because I don't have another car to run right now. But wait a minute, what's that? What is that? What do we have here? Let me get the fucking door open. What open? Oh, what is this? Well, would you fucking look at this motherfucker? I bought this yesterday. ...2003 Mercury Grand Marquis. It's got a few issues. As you can see by the front wheel there, it desperately needs a wheel alignment, and it's got some paint issues. Top the fender here, which I am going to address as soon as I can. I bought it in Connellsville, Pennsylvania yesterday morning. I rode over, I looked it over, listened to the engine. They pumped the tires up for me. The guy wanted $3,000 for it, so he would not come down at all. He acted like he had been talked down already. So I let him have the benefit of the doubt, and I gave him $3,000 for it. So, of course, the headlights need cleaned up. They're a little orange. It has 91,000 miles on it. Almost 92. I drove it home yesterday with no insurance, which is kind of shaky. The underneath of it I gotta check out yet. I didn't get to look at the underneath, but everything else is spectacular on it. I used his plate to bring it home. I have to mail that back to him. But I mean, everything is just very nice on the car. Really nice interior. It's not leather, but still, it's really nice. I need to buy some floor mats for it. It even smells like new car inside. But there's another thing I noticed. There's other than the wheel alignment, there's two issues. Well, three I have with it, other than the wheel alignment. It's got a battery light on in the dash, but I don't know why it's on. It's on for some reason, but the gauge shows it's charging, and I drove it the whole way home. That light would come on and it would go off. So I'm not real sure what the deal is with that. But yeah, it really needs a wheel alignment bad. So that'll be one of the things I do to it. before I get to driving it regularly. I have to insure it. I'm going to put historical tags on it. And then everything else will fall into place. I'll do the exhaust. I'll put a push bar on it. I'm not going to paint it. I'm just going to touch up these spots and run it. And I'm going to take them ugly hubcaps off. The other thing is the temperature gauge does not work. I don't know why, but it does not work. What the fuck else is there? Oh yeah, the transmission has a torque converter shutter at about 45. When you're slowing down to like 45 or 50 from having it on the interstate wound up, and then you go to kick it back down to climb a hill or something like that, or when it's shifting out of passing gear, it will shutter. And it did it kind of violently once yesterday, but it didn't, it wasn't horrible for the most part. But it's a pretty fucking nice car. So I'm going to fix these little hiccups. I read up on the torque converter shutter, and it is something that can be remedied by changing the fluid. So, got snow in here again. But anyway, the heater works on all speeds. I'm guessing the radio works. Oops. We're gonna do a seat care. Not picking up any stations for some reason. Radio don't work. Well, I don't know why that is, but apparently the radio doesn't work, so that's kind of odd, I think. Might just be, I don't know what's wrong with it. But anyway, that's a new one. But you see, like, the battery light is on, but the volts gauge is still charging. Get the fucking thing in there. And you know, the temperature gauge don't work. The oil pressure gauge works. But it is a nice car. So yeah, looks like it's hit a few potholes. So when I drove it, cleared the house here from Connellsville, which is like 78, 79 miles, something like that. And this whore right here is giving me problems. Don't want to blow heat. I filled it completely up with antifreeze yesterday. But as you all remember, I did it's blowing some heat now. I drained the radiator, and yesterday I put all new antifreeze in at that time. That was a couple of months ago, like four months ago or something like that, 3 months ago. I put new antifreeze in it. Apparently the antifreeze in the block was extremely rusty. But I looked at it yesterday, and what I did see down in their radiator was mud. I mean fucking mud. It didn't freeze up or nothing. But I added more in it last night at the dollar store in the parking lot. And it's still full. It's not leaking anywhere that I can see. So I went ahead and shoved a great big piece of cardboard in the front off a pizza box. To block so much air coming in. Them trucks from the 80s, they didn't run hot. They just did not run hot at all. So anyway, I'm in here in the garage before my fucking fingers fall off. Whew. But I have another Ford symbol. I'm going to put on probably the trunk. I got some replacement Fuck It Edition emblems for the fenders. Oh my little infrared heater over there is struggling to keep it above freezing in here, and it's about 42 in here, something like that. But anyway, wow, it is fucking cold. Can't wait for it to be 110 in the shade again. So everybody, hope y'all had an awesome Thanksgiving and all that other shit. The reason I haven't made any videos here in a while is because of just the time of the season, and everything's just very depressing for me because it sucks. And you can't do a whole lot outside, and plus losing my mercury and then having to run my square body in the fucking salt. Just fucking shitting up my back over that because I don't have a choice. I have nothing else to run because the LTD doesn't have a heater core, so I can't run it. I would rather run that son of a bitch instead. But we're gonna see what happens here with the square body. When I get the new car on the road, I'm probably going to put the square body up for sale because I just have too many fucking projects going on here right now. And if I get somebody to buy it, I have it on Marketplace for $6,500. Nobody's gonna buy it off of me for that. Not around here anyway. I'd probably have to take it out of the area for somebody to buy it at that price. So I went ahead and lowered it to $3,500. So that's what a lot of junk ones are going for right now. And I mean, this one isn't perfect, but it runs, it drives. It's got new brake lines, new brakes. I mean, wheel cylinders, brake shoes, calipers, rotors. I repacked the wheel bearings, water pump, hoses, belts, transmission fluid change. Plus I had to put some Lucas in it because everything was sticky inside of it. And that helped probably 3/4 of it. And I probably at first just pour some Lucas in the Mercury out here to see how it's going to do. And we're going to kind of turn it into a police interceptor replica, even though it won't run like one, but it's close. I mean, it's only a couple horsepower off from one, really. 35 horsepower, I think they have, and I think the police interceptor has like 250, something like that. I think the Marauders have like a little over 300. But I'm not real sure about that. I can't say that for sure. I don't know exactly, but we're gonna try and interceptor it up, and I'm gonna get a spoiler for the back this time. One of the, like a Marauder type spoiler for it. I really like those. I think they look good. I'm gonna paint it black and put it on there. And maybe if I sell the square body, I'm going to do one of two things. I'm either going to put a bunch of money in the LTD and get it up to shape and up to par for a backup for the winter or any time, or I'm going to buy a Lincoln Town Car that I found in Johnstown for sale for $2,800. It's got 114,000 miles on it. The guy actually lowered it to 2,500 here in the last couple days because he's moving and needs somebody can buy this car off of him, and it is fucking luxurious. It is a very well maintained automobile. Has all leather interior. It's white on the outside, which I don't like, but it's got the tan leather interior inside. It's got dual exhaust from the factory, and if I'm not mistaken, a Pawsey rear end too, I think. Can't say that's for sure. I never messaged the person or nothing because I don't want to give them any false pretenses or falsehoods of me coming to get it, and I don't have the money right now, but I'm going to sell this truck out here, and then I'm going to decide what I'm going to do with the money. Or I just might try to buy the police interceptor I was looking at just a couple of weeks ago. It needs some work as well. It needs brakes, tires, oil change, probably a transmission fluid change, which I'm going to eventually do on the Mercury here. But for now, I want to tag it, get it on the road, and start running it so I can give the square body a rest. And the square body's breaking me up in fucking gas. I got a 19-gallon tank on, and that son of a bitch sucks her away in 3 fucking days of just running to work. No further than I have to run, it sucks it away pretty quick. Plus, I got to run errands here, and after work, usually I have to run to the fucking dollar store just about every night. Or, getting stuff for other people, hauling trash, stuff like that. And it's just, my God, man. It is breaking me up here. So, that's the plan for now. I guess we'll see what the fuck happens. And hopefully these couple things I can fix on the Mercury. I'm going to fuck with that radio and see if I can't get it to work. I don't know why it's not playing any music through the speakers. It's not a huge deal. I'm not really that worried about it because in the other car I didn't listen to the radio in it anyway, because it's something else. And the only thing is my spouse will not like to ride in that car without the radio working. So what I would have to do is put one of those like capsule things in there and Bluetooth my phone to it and play music off of whatever I got on my phone. So that would probably have to work right there. But anyway, that's what we got. And hopefully everybody else is staying fucking warm. I don't know if anybody local watches this horse shit. Well, I know of a couple people, but stay fucking warm. Stay indoors. Don't venture out unless you got to, because it is one cold motherfucker outside. The Weather Channel lied to us. They have no clue what's going on. They have no idea what's going on in the weather. They are wrong every fucking day. They're wrong every hour on the hour. They're fucking wrong. They need to get a meteorologist in there that knows what the weather is, instead of some douchebag that knows how to read. That's all they get, and he reads a printout from their stupid satellite that malfunctions apparently. So, anyway, well, plus, government's into weather manipulation. They've been doing it since the 40s, so they've perfected it. And it wouldn't surprise me if they've sent this cold-ass motherfucking weather here to try and, kill as many people as possible. Because, them giving all these young women these ideologies and young men these ideologies, and none of them want to breed now, so there won't be any humans. Well, the human race will be cut in half in about 25 years. So if they wanted population control and limitations, they got it. They've won that part. Now they was trying to take over our food supply, and that has backfired because we got the guys in there now that are going to take care of us, and we're going to be eating good food next year as soon as RFK gets in there and dismantles the USDA and the FDA and the NIH and all those other shitty organizations that have been bought by the World Economic Forum, and they've been bought by R.J. Reynolds and the cigarette people, because they're the ones that are in control of the snack food market now. So we need to get rid of those people. We need to dismantle R.J. Reynolds and whatever the other fucking big cigarette conglomerate is. We need to dismantle those companies, and we need to take Roundup. We need to dismantle the Roundup Corporation with their chemicals. We need to end those corporations. I know this is America and you should be able to do what you want here, but whenever you're poisoning the fucking human race on a global scale, you need to be taken care of, if you know what I mean. He turned into fucking shark food is what they need to be turned into. So, anyway, everybody, getting in a rant on other shit. So, hopefully y'all like my choice in automobile, and hopefully my plan will come to fruition before long, and everything will fall into place for me, I hope. But if it doesn't, that means I don't know. I'll keep struggling until it happens. So anyway, everybody, like, share, comment, subscribe, and stay warm, and I'll see y'all next one.